started 3 years ago, or a couple of years ago, but the third annual Glitter Ball is this weekend. It's one of the most festive, glamorous, magical events of the year. And here to tell us all about it, we have Jennifer Maynard, and we also have my friend Kent Stephen Myers. Guys, thanks for your time. Thanks for stopping in.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Very nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
And always good to run into you.
Yes. Good to see you.
Third annual Glitter Ball, and we were talking about this before. I went last year, and it's a great time. But what was the first year like?
Oh, year one. Well, year one had a lot of surprises, even for me as the producer of the event. Came with a lot of surprises, which is one of the great things about producing events. I mean, when you invite hundreds and hundreds of people into any space, people bring their own element of surprise. But year one was a celebration of Melissa Scaramucci. You know, it was her 40th birthday.
She had just turned 18.
Yes.
So she wanted to celebrate.
And then crossing over to 40. And she said, you know, let's celebrate this by raising $40,000 for Dead Center Film Festival. You know, the film festival is near and dear to her heart. Melissa spent a lot of time building and growing that festival with the team. So we put on the party.
What was it at that first year? Was it at Dunlap
It was at Dunlap Cotting.
So all 3 years at
all
the
3
same
years
place.
at Dunlap Cotting, and then they have come on. Dunlap Cotting is our presenting sponsor, so we're thrilled about that. But Melissa assembled a committee. She called me and said, "I'm thinking of giving a small party in January for my 40th birthday, and I need your help. I'd like your help," which I was honored to get to help a dear friend and do what I love to do. So the committee came up with the name. They came up with the sort of run of show and the program, which is a non-program, and we went from there. But it was a spectacle. It took on a life of its own, which it still has.
Should set the table here. Kent is with Kent Events Incorporated, which does weddings and events and all sorts of things that we'll dive into in just a second. You mentioned the committee. Jennifer's on the committee this year.
Yes.
I am.
How has that gone? And you haven't been to the past two. You're helping plan this. What are your thoughts? You're like, what am I getting into?
Right.
Which we should say is this Saturday at Dunlap Cotting down in Film Row.
It is this Saturday. I've been honored to be on the committee, especially with Kent. Kent and I have worked on a few other projects together, so when he asked me to join this project, I was very thrilled. We have a great committee, and I'm excited. Again, I haven't been the last couple of years, and I've heard a lot of great things about this event, and it's unique to anything I've ever been to.
How large is the committee? How many people does it take to put this together?
The committee is about 14 individuals. Some of those individuals represent a greater influence, such as Crystal Yosef, who's on our committee, but she is employed by Bumbershoot PR. And Bumbershoot helps us as sort of by proxy because they work with Dead Center Film Festival, and Dead Center being one of our beneficiaries this year. So that's sort of a long loophole to tell you how, but you know, any individual may represent a greater participation than just themselves. But we utilize the help and expertise of over 40 volunteers at the event as well. So a lot of people give of their time and talents just at the operations level.
You mentioned Dead Center Film Festival is one of the beneficiaries. The other one is Oklahoma Visual Arts Coalition.
Yes, yeah, we're thrilled to welcome them this year. Dead Center has been a mainstay as a beneficiary all 3 years, and the sole beneficiary in year one. So of course we've welcomed them back every year as part of our arts and culture give back. But bringing on Oklahoma Visual Arts Coalition was great. For many reasons. I mean, we believe in their programming and the work that they do to support visual arts in the community, but they also help us to curate the fantastic art show that's available at the Glitter Ball. So every year there's been a fantastic art show, two-dimensional, three-dimensional art that's made available exclusively at the event. So it was a really great fit to have Oklahoma Visual Arts Coalition, who are experts at curating a show and experts at making art available to Oklahomans. So the show will be great. There's over 15 pieces, all by original Oklahoma artists.
Very nice. That is among the entertainment that can be found at the Glitter Ball Saturday night, the third annual. One of your day jobs, I guess, is with Cellar Door Music Group. So you work with various artists and musicians.
I do, yep. I'm creative director at Cellar Door Music Group, and we get to support our local music community through blog and podcast and all that fun stuff. So it's great. I get to work with many different artists, JB being one of them, who is going to perform this Saturday.
Yes.
So that's been a fun thing to do, is work with him again and get him involved in the Glitter Ball.
Before we get into the lineup of JB and those who are performing, where can people find more about Cellar Door Music, the podcast, and
Yeah.
getting involved with you guys?
Thanks for asking. We're at cellardoormusicgroup.com, and then we have Grounded Sounds podcast, which is through Mostly Harmless Media, a media company out of the Tower Theater with Steven Tyler.
Great
We
guys.
adore him, yes,
Yes.
and all the podcasts involved. So, yep, you can find us just at our website, and we are on social media as well. So,
Very cool. That just tells me there's probably going to be drone footage now of the glitter ball if
absolutely,
Steven's involved,
I
right?
know.
Very
We need
possible.
to
He'll have
rope him in.
cameras and drones and
Very
stuff flying
possible.
everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, so JB is among the performers, but this is a little bit different of a proceeding throughout the evening, meaning it's not just a set here at 7, we have a set at 8. I'll let you walk us through how you have the lineup planned.
Sure. Well, people like Jennifer and others from our committee helped to create the run of show. But part of the celebration of Glitterball is that we celebrate the magic of winter in sort of an overstimulating way. We want there to be entertainment everywhere you look.
It's a very safe way of saying
yes,
that. You're seeing some of the
yes.
provided photos, and thank you for those.
Yes, and that also goes back to Melissa Scaramucci and her family's love of Disney magic and sort of telling a story through entertainment. So we do that. Guests enter in what we call the antechamber, and they will be introduced to a few characters that help carry us throughout the evening. And those are sort of what we call our roaming talent. So talent and performers and characters throughout the room on the ground floor. And then there's the glitter stage, which is our live performers, which includes some fantastic female impersonators. Oklahoma's own Barbie doll, Taylor Bryans, will take the stage there, as well as Lulu. And then we have a house band, the Kellermans, which is a Balthazar experience. Balthazar is a fantastic performance artist. She curated this great house band as a tribute to the movie Dirty Dancing, which has its own cult classic following. So we've got a house band there. We've got JB, live set by JB, who's an Emmy Award-winning hip-hop artist. We're big fans, so we're glad to have JB on the glitter stage. And then there's some other performance artists. There's fire throwing. We have Spectra Spin, who spins and does awesome dance, artistic dance with lighted hula hoops. And then, we've got
I just
our
remember,
DJ.
I just remember it from last year, and there they are, Lance. And,
Yes.
I remember it last year, the acrobats and the spinning and the fire.
Yes, and
It's
it's yes,
craziness.
and much of it has returned, and then we've got some new surprises
How
in
do you
store
dream up
also.
this? Or do you
I
just wake
don't
up from a
know.
bad dream and say, you know what, I could put various
We can
elements
make it
together?
better. It's a collaboration, and it truly has taken on and did take on a life of its own. So I sort of say that the Glitter Ball is a moving train, and we just kind of try to steer it, but it's in motion, and a lot of the original interest and acts were spawned by things we knew Melissa would love. She's a huge supporter of the arts, performance arts, entertainment arts, and it just grew from there. So there's lots of creatives on the committee that help to make sure it has some cohesive elements, but also plenty of elements of surprise.
It seemed like last year it was before Christmas, so maybe it was in the holiday time. Did you find it
Yes.
easier moving it past the holidays this year, less conflicts, or just, hey, the pressure of the holidays are off?
Yes.
We can really focus in on the winter magic here.
Yes, and I think our guests can as well, ticket buyers and such. December is, there's so much competition for Saturdays in December with holiday parties and family events. So having it in January is something we love. The original Glitter Ball was in January. So that's when Melissa's birthday was, and it was a good time to celebrate.
Have we missed Melissa's birthday? Is it coming up, or is it still? I'm not sure.
There's still time to celebrate
Okay.
by getting your ticket,
Oh, there you
Dave,
go.
to
Well
the
done.
Glitter Ball.
Well done.
And she would love to see you there. But last year we participated in December as part of Downtown OKC's Downtown in December.
Sure.
So we moved into the month of December also to celebrate with Dunlap Cotting as sort of a holiday party for their employees, as they were our presenting sponsor. But we got permission and from the powers that be, and sort of pulled the group. So we moved back to January this year, which we're happy about.
We mentioned a little bit about Cellar Door Music Group. I'll give you a chance. Tell us about Kent Events.
Sure. Kent Events is a full-service event production company. We specialize in festivals, galas, and weddings. And that's been my work, has always been hospitality. And about almost 5 years ago, we incorporated, and I went into business for myself.
Has that been scary, or has it been successful? You did a great job at Oak Tree. I remember you when you were working there.
Sure, yes. It's been successful, gratefully so. So I'm thrilled to get to live where I want to live and get to do the sort of work that I really enjoy. I'll tell people when they ask how did I get into it that I was tricked, and I still believe that. But I'm happy I was tricked into it. I've gotten to do neat projects like the Oak Tree reinvention there with Club Corp America. I spent a year on contract with them, helping them to reinvent the club and reestablish the sales department, and those sort of projects are super neat. And then I get to layer in production of things like this, like the Glitter Ball. Get to work with people like Jen and V3 Alliance for street festivals like Exchange Film Row.
You guys worked together earlier this year on
yeah,
Film
we
Row,
sure
last
did.
year on Film Row.
Exactly.
Yep.
So it's diverse. Every day's a new day in my business world. So I like that.
Dunlap Cotting, for anyone who hasn't been there, and we have Douglas in occasionally to talk about the various events, that is a unique space that they have there.
For sure.
Yet you guys have really reimagined that space. I remember last year's Glitter Ball walking in and going, this doesn't look anything at all, in a good way. Like,
Yes.
not that there's anything wrong with a regular space, but
Right.
it was just a completely reimagined floor print.
Right. Well, Jen and I were talking last night actually about, she pointed out that it's already a creative space. It's unlike any other law firm you might happen into, one of the single law firms you might actually have some fun at. Because of their community involvement. They open that space, their event space, to civic organizations and community events. But when we were planning the Glitter Ball, what we knew was our event would not fit in this space that they have, the interior space. So we imagined and built from the ground up a tented structure in a space that's paralleled by two buildings. So it's gate to gate and wall to wall. And we tent the structure, which is what we'll do this year. We'll build it from the ground up starting Friday morning. And it's a quick build. It's a quick build. The city goes up quickly, so.
Well, it works well. It's the Glitter Ball. It's this Saturday, January 28th, I believe is the
Yes.
date. You can find more information, tickets at kentevents.com/glitterball. There's probably other ways of finding it on Facebook as well.
Facebook and Eventbrite as well, yes. Tickets are still available, and just today we released a late night dance party ticket also. So we're excited. Yeah, we hope everybody can join us.
Well, I'm glad you joined us here today, but I have one final question for you because, ladies and gentlemen, at the Glitter Ball, there is glitter. How long does it take to clean up? Because we all know with the holidays, you get those Christmas cards, you're like,
Yes.
this glitter's everywhere. And in fact, I'm looking at glitter now on
It's
the desk
everywhere.
here.
We
but
didn't bring that. That's
Yes,
not
we did
ours.
not. We did not glitter you. Dave.
Parents everywhere are probably like, oh my God, glitter, what?
It takes longer to take down than it takes to put up, Dave. But we have a fantastic.
Thanks for bringing up that question.
Yes, we don't like to think about that yet. We have a fantastic sponsorship actually because we did finally think of it in advance with JK Janitorial, and so they will be helping us to pick up the pieces after the magic of winter is over. So,
Gotcha. It's a fun time, Glitter Ball. It's Saturday. Good time there. Guys, thanks so much. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thanks for having us.
Dave.
Yep.